Two, one. How y'all doing? Sorry, we are late. That is due to my fault. For some reason, I just could not get things fired up, and now my microphone won't hook up. So the show will go on. How are you doing? Welcome to Raw Takes Unfiltered, Triborough, Easy E. You got Easy E, I got Jay-Z.
Yes. Long live Easy.
That's hilarious. I was never a big Easy E fan.
Right. You know what's crazy? Easy E died on my grandfather's birthday, March 26th, 1995.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm March 25th. My grandfather's March 26th.
And my son is the 28th.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's wild.
Salute.
Yes, that's wild. Oh, man. All right, so today's topic, we thought it would be kind of fun to not necessarily bad movies that we love, but bad movies that we like, that typical people just don't really like.
Right.
So I thought it'd be a fun project if we kind of made a list of 5. And I know, like I was telling you this morning, there's about 2 or 3 that's going to get so much backlash from me, but they're just fun. You know what I mean?
Right.
There are some movies that, it's like they're so bad they're good, and this is definitely going to fall into that category.
Right.
So anyways, can you kick us off with your first one on the top 5?
All right, my top 5. Number 5 is I have Ghost of Mars. Now, this is a movie that a lot of people hate. It's starring Ice Cube. It was like a, sci-fi horror action film, and it takes place on Mars. And Ice Cube was playing like a prisoner, and I remember there was like some demonic figures on the planet, and they were all out to kill everybody, and the whole crew that was there, and I liked it. I don't think it was bad. Like I could watch it. Like, it's watchable. I could watch it. I watched it a few times. I think it was, a good film. But I know a lot of people hate the film. They don't care for it. I don't think it's one of Ice Cube's best films, but I do feel like it's watchable. You know what I'm saying? So that's my number 5.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that one. I haven't seen it in so long, so I can't say, but I don't remember like actually hating it. I don't remember not enjoying it. So you might be onto something with that one. I haven't seen it in a while. I'll have to rewatch it before I pass judgment. All right, my number 5 is going to be Ninja Assassin. I don't know if you remember that, but when it came out, everybody hated it for the cheesy CGI. Blood was just everywhere. Like, every square inch of this movie is like the Kill Bill scene, times 10.
Right.
And the CGI, I mean, this was like 2009, 2010. So CGI wasn't at the level that it's at today. So I remember just people, it was such a shitty movie. It was this, it was that. And I was like, man, I have fun with that shit. Like, again, sometimes when you watch these, ninja movies or kung fu movies or shoot 'em up movies, you have to just let your mind go.
Yeah.
You can't walk into these type of movies thinking you're going to go watch Shawshank Redemption.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not going to watch The Green Mile. You're going to watch a cheesy film that's going to be fun. Like, John Wick is great dialogue, great scripts, great action.
Yeah.
But, ain't nobody lasting past part 1.
Right.
You're going to get shot. I don't care how good you are. You're going to get shot.
Yep.
So if you're able to just leave your mind at the door, these movies are they're fun. And Ninja Assassin, not the greatest dialogue. Your regular tip of the mill. Hey, this is a revenge. I got to get my revenge. But hey, it's fun. So I love that one. If y'all haven't seen Ninja Assassin, y'all should definitely check it out. It's probably free on every platform because it's considered terrible. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, I love it though. You'd have fun.
Yeah.
Number 4, try.
Number 4 is Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. Now, this was the last movie I went to see in the theaters right before the pandemic hit. I went on New Year's Eve of 2019. And I enjoyed it. Again, like this is a movie where a lot of Star Wars fans don't like it. They had issues with the film. I do have some issues with the film though. It was a good film to me, but I think the editing part, you could tell like they cut out stuff.
Hmm.
The whole thing with Princess Leia, they actually like killed her off in the movie, and she actually passed away that around that time, and
Hmm.
Kylo Ren, the Kylo Ren thing with him and Ray, are they brothers, are they brother and sister? And the main thing was like General. How did Palpatine come back from the dead when we saw him, killed off in other like episodes ago, and he comes back, he's alive, and I did have an issue with those things, but I think all in all, I think it was like a good closing, for that trilogy, for having Ray and having Luke come back, and they killed off Han Solo. I had an issue with that as well.
Yeah.
I do feel like they had to close it. And I know they're doing new Star Wars films coming out. They're bringing back Ray's character, but I think for that trilogy, that's the way that they had to close it out. But I did think it was good. Like I can watch it again. Like I love the sound of it. I love the look of it. The characters. I like Finn's character. I like a lot of the newer characters that they introduced in that trilogy. From the Force Awakens and Last Jedi, and I thought it was a decent end to the trilogy. But I do have issues with that film.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. My buddy just popped in. He's a big Star Wars fan.
Uh,
Me, I don't have a problem with the movie either, but I
right.
also am not deep into the Star Wars lore where I'm like, oh, this
Mhm.
is wrong or this would
Right.
have never happened. So for me, I'm able to enjoy these movies a lot more than your regular person.
Right.
So I would agree. It's not. I thought the scenery was dope, like when they were
Mhm.
doing the battle and the caves and everything. And
Yeah.
I think the scenery of it and the look of it is dope. But
Mhm.
yeah, my buddy was not a big fan of that one, but I didn't really have too much of a problem with it. It was
Right.
just I haven't watched it again. I think I've seen it twice, and
Right.
then I haven't seen it since then
Mhm.
because I could think of a few other films I'd rather watch. But
Right.
Star Wars is very touchy, for a lot of
Right.
people.
Mhm.
Even he's saying uh, one and two, one, two, and three were good. Three and four were, of course, the best. But
Mhm.
seven, eight, and nine are bad because though he's very into the entire
Right.
storyline. He's
Okay.
into the comic books.
Yeah.
He knows this Sith and that Sith. So
Mhm.
for somebody like him, a deep fan, just like a deep Marvel fan,
Yeah.
these new movies that are coming out are trash.
Right.
These TV series that they are creating are better than the actual like theatrical releases.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, I like all these spin-offs that they came out with in Star Wars, especially Obi-Wan.
Mhm.
I
Sounds
love
good.
that one.
Yeah.
It just showed, Vader's strength and all that. So
Mhm.
I still own them all. I think they're great movies.
Mhm.
So I really don't have a problem with them. I could watch them over a lot of other films.
Right.
And I do like their spinoffs. I think that their
Yes.
spinoffs are better than Marvel's spinoffs
Mm.
for
Hot
TV
take.
shows.
Hot take. Okay.
Yeah, for TV shows, The Mandalorian's better
Mhm. I love Mandalorian.
than what WandaVision was. WandaVision just took so long to finally kick off.
Right.
The first what was it, 3 or 4 episodes? Nothing's like
It
really
was different.
happening,
Yeah.
but like Mandalorian was dope. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? And then they got
Yeah.
that new joint coming out. I
Darth
think
Maul. That was Darth Maul
yeah,
one
yeah,
coming out.
yeah. So,
Shadow
and I
Lord.
like Darth Maul.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that made episode one actually good,
I agree.
in my
I
opinion.
agree. He was
In
he
my
was a good villain that got killed off too early.
Yes, they could have
Yeah.
utilized him a lot
Yeah.
more, but then bringing a show
Mhm.
I think that's going to be fire. So
Right.
I do like that.
Oh yeah.
But Dan, that's a hot take. I know a lot of
It
people
is.
didn't like that movie, but I wasn't expecting that to be on your list.
It was again like it was hard for me to do this list because if I don't like a movie, then I don't like it. I
Yes.
don't think there's any. Well, it's subjective too because there might be movies that I think is classic that people don't like, and vice
Hmm.
versa. So
Yeah.
I don't have like movies that were bad to me that I love. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's just like there's movies that either they were good to me or they were bad. It's no like in between for me.
Yeah.
But it was decent, but I did have issues with the film though. But I don't think it was a bad film. I just felt like there were issues with the film that they didn't fix, but I don't think it was like unwatchable.
Yeah, I don't think it was unwatchable either, but
Right,
I'm sure my buddy Todd would say it's
right,
unwatchable.
yes,
Again, because you're so into he's
right,
so into that whole storyline.
yeah, yeah.
You know, it's kind of like my buddy
Understand.
Joe. He
Uh,
doesn't like the Mortal Kombat movie, the newer one,
mm. Oh, okay.
because it veers off too much, and he's a huge fan of it.
Right.
So when you look at it in a certain light, you're like, wait a minute. It's kind of like watching a rock documentary
Yeah.
on Rockefeller. Like, I know everything about Rockefeller, so if I see something that's incorrect, I'm like, wait a minute, that shit ain't.
Right.
And then you
That
don't
didn't
even
happen.
want to watch it anymore because
Right.
it takes you out of it.
Right.
But
I feel you.
shit, my number 4, y'all can
Uh,
hate all y'all want, but I don't know if you ever seen the movie Polar on Netflix.
hold on. Hold on.
People,
What did I say? Oh, that's with Mads Madsen.
yes,
I did see
dude.
that. That was a good. You didn't like that film?
Well, no, I
Uh
love it.
huh.
I thought it was great. The
You love the
CGI
film? Okay.
was cheesy.
Right.
It's Netflix. So
Yeah.
with Netflix, they only give certain films huge budgets.
Uh huh.
And that was not one of them, although it was good to me.
Yeah.
I thought it was dope.
I enjoyed it.
The whole, SEX scene where,
Yeah.
he's
He's
still
dangling.
fucking
Yeah.
at these dudes and everything.
Yeah.
The
That was crazy.
warehouse. I mean, yes, I can see where people say, "Oh, this is a fake John Wick," because basically a borderline storyline on
Right.
that.
Right.
But I thought it was great. I
Yeah.
just love the action.
That was
Again,
good.
I'm able to let my brain go when I watch a film, unless
Right.
I'm going to see something serious.
Yeah.
I don't take movies like how some people do. I never understood that.
Hmm.
People will get mad, walk out of a theater, that movie sucked, and then you'll go in and see it and you'll be like, I don't know what. That's how it was. I saw Ninja Assassin in the movie
Hmm.
theater when it came out.
Right.
Because back then, in 2009, 2010, going to the movies was still fun.
Yeah.
There was still a lot of culture there. Now it's
Hmm.
COVID has ruined everything, but
Yeah.
it has got, back then it was like we all used to go see Fast and Furious in cars and then drive
Right.
off like we were literally in Fast and Furious and we weren't.
Exactly. Yeah.
So going to the theaters back then was just so much more fun than I think it is now, and it's way
Right.
overpriced. But
That was good.
what are you gonna do, right? But yeah,
Right.
man, Polar. If y'all haven't seen that one on
That was
Netflix,
good.
look,
Yeah.
walk in there, expect a fake John Wick storyline. That's what it is. Basically, it's pretty much, but it's got some great action, great
Yeah.
scenes.
Uh-huh.
I think the sex scene is hilarious. Like in the
Yeah.
middle of getting this thing on,
Right.
just busting shot. That shit was funny
Crazy.
to me.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was. What you got for number 3?
Number 3, I got A Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 5, The Dream Child. Now, this is a movie that very at a very young age, I got introduced to Freddy Krueger, and
Mm-hmm.
starting with Freddy's Revenge. That Part 2 was like the first one I saw. I actually went to see Part 4, The Dream Master, when it came out in theaters, and then the following year for Part 5, I went on a summer vacation trip to Atlanta, and down there I saw The Dream Child. And I love this film. I know a lot of people shit on like the middle sequels, but just the story arc of part 4 and 5 with Alice and her boyfriend Danny, and then a lot of her classmates that she graduated with end up getting killed in part 5.
Mm-hmm.
Including her brother. Her brother ended up getting killed by Freddy. Her father was like a recovering alcoholic, and Alice had gotten pregnant by Danny, and I love the story arc with Alice. I always felt like they should have brought Alice back, that character, in like the latter sequels, but they never brought her back. But she was a final girl. Like she was Nancy. Like she lived to defeat Freddy, and I she Freddy with this one, Freddy was like trying to like take her kid from her, and a kid, I think she had named him Jacob, and Freddy was like trying to I guess overtake Jacob's soul before he was born, and it was a lot. I love the special effects of the movie, and you know the kills in the movie were good, and I just felt like it doesn't get a lot of recognition, like you know the like part three or the original one. But I do feel like part five was an underrated gem. So I mean, I know a lot of heads don't like it, and it might be bad to them, but I loved it.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys. Even part two, I
Uh,
absolutely loved. I like all the Freddy movies. To me, like I
yeah,
told you a couple weeks ago when we were talking, Freddy has always been funny to me. He's
right.
never even as a kid, he was never the one to be like, "Oh my god, I can't go to sleep because Freddy's gonna kill me." I was more
Yeah,
Michael Myers is gonna kill me.
right. Right.
So for me, I absolutely, I love it. Part two, yes, I get it, Tom. My buddy's over here in the comments, like really going in.
See, I
But
love part two because like we still had Freddie didn't say a lot in the first two films. It's not until
mhm,
like part three when he had like the funny one liners, and then he became a
yeah,
pop culture icon. You know what I'm saying? The only one I didn't like was Freddy's Dead. I don't like that one. I don't like the way that they killed him off and the whole storyline with him having a daughter. But supposedly, I saw like they were last week. One of the producers that came out and said that they have like a alternate ending that they didn't put in the theater, and
yeah,
and,
I
and,
heard
and the
that
alternate
too.
ending wasn't put on the new 4K set
Yeah,
for
I
whatever reason.
I believe that's in that documentary that uh they did for Robert England. I
Right.
forgot the name of it, but I think it's in that one where they talk
Mhm.
about how the ending was supposed to be
Yeah.
different, but they didn't approve of it in the
Right.
studio, so they went back to the drawing
Well,
board.
they actually shot it, but I think New Line Cinema have it in the vaults.
And they're probably
Yeah.
never gonna let it go because
Yeah.
then
That's
it might
crazy.
sometimes they don't do that because it might actually ruin something
Right.
for a future movie like part
Mhm.
3 or 4, so they don't wanna release that alternate ending because then it won't make sense.
Right.
Just like the original theatrical ending for I Am Legend
Mhm.
is that version is not even going to make any sense to part 2. Part
Right.
2 is going off the original version.
Original. Yeah.
So if you don't know, like if you're living off a planet, you're not on planet Earth, and you never seen that alternate ending,
Right.
and you jump into part 2, you're going to have no clue what's going on.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, that's something that I think that they should, in the beginning of the film, kind of recap it
Yeah.
so
I think
that
so.
it will at least like get people thinking, did I see that ending? Because again, a lot of people only see movies in theaters or only see it on a streaming service, and they never really. I
Right.
love all that bonus
Yeah.
features, alternate
Yes. I love
endings.
that. Oh
I'm
yeah.
a documentary junkie,
Yeah.
so a lot of that for me
Mhm.
is damn near.
Right.
It's I love
That's like the best. I mean, to me, that's like the best part of like getting a Blu-ray or 4K is seeing all the special features and watching them and seeing how they did a certain scene or the wardrobe changes. I love that stuff.
Yeah, even the mess ups.
Yeah.
Again, like I told you in a couple of streams ago, I won't get
Mhm.
rid of my Ninja Turtles on DVD because the screw up is in there.
Yeah.
So you get to see the puppeteer controlling Splinter while Shredder's going over the damn rooftop.
Right.
And
Right.
to me, imperfections, bonus features that will actually have something like I hate like when it says bonus features and then it says theatrical trailer.
Right.
That's not a bonus feature.
Yeah.
It it just I mean a VHS had better bonus
Right.
features if you want to
Facts.
talk about it like
Facts.
that.
Facts.
So, I've always loved that type of stuff where it's like I see the mess ups, but then they clean it up and they
They
fix
couldn't have.
it in the
Mhm.
Blu-ray or the 4K. I don't know, but I guess from what Alex and Ken were telling me that
Mhm.
that scene is still the same way as it was on the
Right.
Blu-ray. So I imagine you don't see the puppeteer, but
Right.
on
Right.
that DVD, boy,
Yep.
you see that black dude clear as hell. Just throwing
Yeah.
Shredder over the damn, uh,
That's
over the
crazy.
roof. So
Yeah.
it's
That
crazy. And I thought
that's a
Shredder
collector's
died.
item.
Really
That's a
dope.
collector's item now.
Yeah, like to me,
Mhm.
that's the type of thing that makes a thing collectible. It's
Yeah.
not the I got this steel book. Okay, it's a cool
Right.
steel book,
Mhm.
but to me, it's like more the imperfections or
Right.
something that's on. If there's a bonus feature on a DVD that I really love, I
Mm,
won't get rid of that DVD
right.
because sometimes that Blu-ray copy that you find in the $5 Walmart bin
Mm,
or a $7 copy that you find on the Walmart shelves won't have that
right.
special feature
Right.
because whoever put it out is under a different umbrella now.
Yeah.
So it's little things like that that I hold on to that make absolutely no sense to any other collector, but they
Mm.
make sense to me.
Oh yeah.
So it's
I
all
get it.
good.
I get it definitely.
I
What's your
so
number? Are you up to two now, right?
no, I'm up to three.
All right. What's
No,
your number three?
my number three is actually a Will Smith film that
Uh,
everybody hates. I
mm,
absolutely loved it. I love the way
mm,
it was filmed, first of its kind. And I actually like the way that the action is portrayed on it. But a lot of
mm.
people say they don't like the live look. Gemini Man.
Oh,
I,
I did see that. I did see that. That was
I
when he met his younger self.
yes, he
I
met
did
his
see that.
younger self.
Yeah.
CGI is, it
Mm,
not the greatest, but
right.
they did a damn good job making that look like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Will Smith.
He
You
did.
know what
They
I'm
did.
saying?
Yeah.
So, but I love the way it was filmed. It was
Mm,
I think it was the first film to actually film in 120 frames per
mm.
second for the 3D.
Wow.
And then the 4K and the Blu-ray are
Mm,
recorded at 60 frames a second.
right.
So it's 2.5 times the speed almost
Mm,
of your regular 24. And I remember when one of the Hobbit movies did that. Percy Jackson, the director, did that
yeah.
for one of the Hobbit movies where it was filmed at like 30 frames a second, and
Right.
people went absolutely ballistic on him for it. And I love that natural, smooth, flowing look to a
Yeah.
movie. I'd rather it
Mm,
do like a smooth transition than a judder.
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Right.
you're watching all this action scene, and all of a sudden it's going like this,
Yeah.
because the camera can't pan at the same speed that vehicle is going at. So,
Right.
and Gemini Man gets a bad storyline. I think that shit is dope.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
It, it
So,
it did remind
all
me of
y'all,
it reminded me of another film called Looper. You remember Looper with Bruce Willis?
yeah, I own
And
it.
he had to go back and he met his former self. It reminded me of Looper
Mhm.
too.
Yeah, but Gemini, I have a soft spot for Will Smith. When he
Right.
smacked
Yeah.
Chris Rock, I was defending him.
Oh
My
man.
entire household was, even my wife was pissed at me. Like, yeah, I get that it's disrespectful and he shouldn't have did
Right.
it. It didn't
Right.
show that he was a man.
Yeah.
Um, and the fact that they didn't take away his Academy Award for it, but
Mm.
they took away, Kevin Spacey's.
Well, that was for something different.
Yeah,
That was
but
for something else.
I'm sorry again. Found not guilty.
Uh,
Dude was found lying.
mm,
How is I'm sorry. I'm not gonna cancel out a person's performance
right.
on the entertainment that they have provided me,
Right.
regardless of what they've done. That is a personal life.
Right.
Unfortunately, what Will Smith did was in front of the entire fucking world.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit harder, but I was defending him. I even made a video about it, and I got
Mm.
a whole bunch of trash for it. And I lost a lot of,
I,
subscribers, and I was like, that's fine. It's just my opinion.
right.
I separate. I don't care what he does in his personal life. I don't care
Right.
what anybody does in their personal life. That's their personal life.
Yeah.
As long as you're not a serial killer and I'm hanging out with you, we cool. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
I don't know how else to say it. People
You're
got
right.
on me all the time.
You're right.
But yes, I could agree with that, Todd.
Yeah.
It was Looper
Yeah.
is definitely a
I
better.
do agree with that. Yeah.
Yes. But for me, again, got a soft spot for Will Smith.
Right.
And Gemini
I love
Man.
Will. I met both him and Chris Rock, so I have nothing bad to say about them. Like whatever happened, that's between them.
Yeah. And again, I wish it wasn't in front of the world to
Right. Yeah.
embarrass him, but all it really did was skyrocket him.
Yeah.
Chris
Mm-hmm.
Rock did take the brunt. He took the butt of the jokes, but at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day, he's like Tracy Morgan. At the end of the day, he got paid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
tour, that whole entire stand up was garbage
Mm-hmm.
until he got to that part
Until then,
at
yep.
the end.
Yep.
And I beg anybody to argue with me about it. That
They
entire comedy
yep.
special was trash.
They even had
Until,
Marlon Wayans, who was friends with both of them, even did a stand up, and the whole material is about that slap.
yeah, yeah,
So he was getting paid off for that.
yeah. Everybody was getting paid off of it, and
Yeah.
you know that's what being a comedian is all about.
He said he got to
Um,
go. See, you
yeah,
pissing off your friend right now.
yeah, man, hey, man. He knows how I am. Wait till I mention the last two.
Uh
He's
oh.
really wrong. You know,
Uh oh.
he knows what they are. Don't
Wow.
you dare put it in the comments. I'll smack the shit. I won't smack you, two-time national champion. My bad. My bad. Anyways,
Yeah.
what's your number two, my man?
My number two is Rob Zombie's Halloween, the very first one. I went to see this in theater that summer when it came out. I love this film. I know it gets shitted on, it gets hated on by the Halloween community. I thought it was a good remake and telling the backstory of, we see little Michael who I don't know if Luna's here. Luna has a relationship with
Now,
this
I
guy.
haven't seen him in the stream yet, so
Okay. The boy that played little Michael, and we see, what happened when he was little, and then when
mhm.
he's at the asylum, and then he breaks out, and I love the backstory of Michael Myers in that, and I love the casting. We had Michael McDowell play Dr. Loomis. We had Daniel Harris came back, and she played the friend of Laurie in the film, and Daniel Harris was from the part 4 and part 5,
Mhm.
and I love the remake. I thought it like watching it in the theater, it was very scary. I love the jump scares. I thought
Yeah,
like cinematically it was good too.
yeah,
And I loved it. I thought it was a good film. I don't understand why it gets shit on by Rob Zombie, and he didn't even want to do the sequel. The sequel is crap.
yeah. Oh, yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
He
The
didn't want
sequel
to do
was
it, but he
bad.
had to do it under contract.
You're right.
Let's not forget Danny Trejo,
Yes. Oh yeah,
Machete.
Danny Trejo,
I
right? Machete.
I love him in that movie, and it's
Yeah,
so heartbreaking
yeah.
that what Michael did to him because he had no feeling, he had
He took
no
him out.
emotion,
Yeah,
no love, and he did take care of him in there. That's
yeah.
the craziest part. But
Mm-hmm.
it goes to show again, Rob Zombie really brought to life on how he was developed. At least he
Yeah,
gave you some kind
yeah.
of backstory because if you ask people, we still don't know
You
what
don't
makes
know.
him tick.
Right.
We don't know if he's a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Pure evil is not going to keep rising. I'm sorry. There's got to be some kind of lore there
Yeah,
and backstory, and I think Rob Zombie did a phenomenal
yeah.
job.
I agree.
So yeah, I love that one, man. I own it. I do not own part two. I did not buy that bonus pack because I knew I would never watch part two ever again.
Yeah, that was
It
bad.
was it was just that bad. But man, I loved me some Rob Zombie
Yeah,
Halloween. Oh
definitely,
my god, such a good film.
definitely. Yeah,
Really, it really was.
yeah.
I love that kid aspect of it, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what really drew it. Plus his wife. I mean,
Right,
yeah, how can you not like her? You know what I mean? Like
right,
watching her in the club. I was just like,
right.
I'm into the movie.
Mm-hmm.
My
And
wife
and
is
she
into the movie
like
too.
in all his films. She stars in all his
Yeah,
films.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm not. We won't go into it with his other films. But I'm not a huge fan of most of
Mm.
his work anymore.
Okay.
Like, I
Right.
haven't seen the monsters. I don't think I want to because
Yeah.
that whole. I
Yeah.
love. I grew up with the monsters.
Same. Same.
Watching the reruns
Yes.
with my grandmother because she used to watch
Uh-huh.
that. She
Yep.
was a little girl.
Same.
So it's like if I watch that and it
Mhm.
ruins it for me, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
so mad. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I
I,
didn't
I
want
don't
to
I
put
don't
it.
think I don't I think if I had to pick somebody to do that film, it would have been Tim Burton because he has that
Yes.
look.
He
Not
has
Rob
that
Zombie. I
look.
think Rob Zombie just messed that whole thing up.
Yeah, and he would have made it a lot more towards the black because you have to remember when that TV show came out, it was
Yeah.
black and white.
It's black and white. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It
That's how
wasn't
we
in
watched it.
color.
We watched it like that back in the day.
Yeah, even on the
Yeah.
on the on the cable stations,
Yeah.
reruns, the monsters and the old school Adams Family
Adam
were
Sandler.
just
Yeah.
phenomenal,
Right.
phenomenal. And then
Yeah.
they kind of let it go.
Yeah. What's
Freddie
your number
got
two?
right here. Hold on. We got my man
Luna,
Salute.
what up? Salute. We just
Luna,
mentioned you too.
yeah, he just mentioned you, and I was like, you know
You're
what?
late.
I haven't seen him in the comment, and
You're
then
late.
boom, you in there.
You're late.
You in there.
You the
So
moderator and you late here.
no, I'm about to make him one
Yeah.
though. Well, as
He's
soon as I
he's
go
the new
on, I got to go on
yeah.
YouTube and
He's
do
the
it.
new moderator.
Yes, sir. He will be one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were late too, so don't even worry about it, baby.
Yeah.
He just
He was
texted.
late. I was here. He was late.
Yeah, for once I was late. I was talking all this shit to him, and then I was late because I was having technical difficulties. But
Yeah.
it's all good. My wife
Yeah.
updated the laptop for me, and I just, I'm
Salute to
not
her.
savvy at
Salute to her
all.
for doing that.
Yeah, but I'm not computer savvy at all, and I'm like, that ain't working. So it's all good though. The show always goes on.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Yes.
I don't know why this movie gets so much hate, but I think it's just so fun and
uh,
so amusing and so over the top out of this world. Shoot 'em up. Shoot 'em up is dope
I
as
don't know that
hell
one.
when you
What's
let
that about?
your mind go. Look, if you ask anybody else on planet Earth, I can
Mm,
pretty much guarantee you they're going to tell you, oh, it's the trashiest, out of this world movie, because
uh,
that is exactly what it is.
right.
A, a guy gets killed by a carrot,
Uh, what?
like a literal carrot. The
He
guy
gets killed by
uses
salad.
the carrot as a
Mm,
gun because he loses a finger. So
uh,
he jams the carrot into the gun and starts shooting people like that with it.
wow.
He does a BMW stunt move where he grabs a baby in
Uh,
the middle of the highway, in the middle of the road, grabs the baby. The BMW does like a whole 360 flip off of a bridge, and he
right.
just keeps going. Nobody falls out the sunroof. It's great. It's great. You literally just have to let your mind go and understand that it is just going to be balls to the wall, bullets flying everywhere, just
Mm,
everything going everywhere.
okay.
And it's called Shoot 'em Up.
And
And
that's the name of the film.
basically,
Shoot 'em up.
yes, it's the name of the
Okay.
film. Shoot 'em Up. And uh,
He
yes,
actually likes
thank
this
you.
movie. I
Yes,
never
I
heard of
do.
it before.
No, he's talking about me actually liking this movie.
Right.
I let him borrow my DVD probably like 10 years ago.
You still
So
have it?
oh, yeah.
You said it's you said it's not
So
great.
my boy Todd, I live with him back home, like not
Yeah.
live, but I know him from back home. So
Right.
whenever he needed to borrow something like a movie or vice versa, we just give it to each other.
Right.
So I was amping this movie up. I was like,
Mm,
yo, this shit is fire. Just
right.
you gotta watch it. Let your mind go. And I think it was like 2 days later, he's just like, what is this? What did you give me? And I'm
Right.
like, it's fun.
Mm,
And he proceeded to tell me every single thing that was wrong with the movie the entire day. And I
wow.
was just like, well, I get it.
Mm,
You're shooting people with a carrot. You're going through a warehouse on a conveyor belt,
mm,
shooting people that could easily just pop. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not
right.
like a conveyor belt is moving 100 miles an hour
Right.
in a factory. So, again, it's one of those movies where you just let it go. Let your
Mm,
mind wander and jump in like double dutch and just have a
mm,
good time. It's a
right.
good time, fun film.
Yeah.
Good time, fun
I
film.
gotta check that out. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, you definitely do. I don't know what it is.
Mm.
Oh, yes, Kung Fu
Kung Fu
Hustle.
Hustle. I didn't like
Yeah.
that film. I watched
It's
that. I didn't like
fun.
that
It's
film.
fun.
It's fun.
Again, yeah,
Mm,
it's not meant to be taken seriously. It's just
right.
fun. It's a fun movie. There are, like, again, when we're going in to watch like The Warrior
Mm,
with Mickey Rourke,
yeah.
that you're going in to watch a movie about a wrestler.
Mm,
And people said it was bad. I thought it was good
right. I was good. Yeah.
because,
The rest
yeah,
was.
he's telling his story. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So
Yeah.
to me, like, I guess if you're going into that movie like that being
Mm,
serious, yes, you're gonna have some discrepancies.
Yeah.
Same with Iron Claw. I'm
Hmm.
sure like a real deep fan will tell you that the Vaughn brothers were, they were much different
Right.
and blah 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 because everybody's always got something to say, especially when you do a filmography like that about somebody's lives
Hmm.
or lives. But I'm sorry, I think the movie is fantastic. Kung Fu Hustle is fun. It's
Yeah.
just meant to be fun. It's not meant to be taken seriously.
Okay.
Yes, it was a parody.
That'd be right.
Yeah. So is
Wanted. You said Wanted was
what? Yeah, another one that I enjoy. I thought it was
right.
fun. It's
Right.
it, it's a fun film. All right, man. Now it's number one.
Number one. Now I got Ghostbusters 2. Now I love this film. I went to see this when it came out in what was that, 89?
Hmm.
And I for some reason it gets a lot of hate now in this era. And I don't know why, because
Really?
back then I remember that a lot of people loved it. Now I
I,
hear a lot of people that don't like it.
I think it's better than part one, but that's me.
It was good. I don't think it's better than part one. I think it was a good sequel. It takes place at like 5 years after the events
Yeah.
in New York City with Gozer and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. And this time, Dana, she has a kid, Oscar. The Ghostbusters are like dining out on money. They're doing infomercials and stuff. Anything to make a buck. You have a new villain with Vigo the Carpathian in the city. He's like trapped in like a old painting that Dana works at an art museum, and she recognizes it, and he's going after Dana's kid to like have a new body at 12 o'clock on New Year's Eve, and the Ghostbusters have to save him. I love the film. I thought the film was great. It was hilarious. You had your sci-fi, you had your action, your little horror here and there. I love
Hmm.
the special effects.
Yeah,
But
special effects were so good back then.
yeah, it
They
was,
really.
and I don't get the hate for this. I'm like compared to that Frozen, was it Frozen Afterlife? That was crap.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's trash.
That to me was like the worst one in the franchise. Like
Yeah.
part two to me was classic. I love it, and I don't know why now that it gets like a lot of hate, but I think it was a great sequel to the first one.
Yeah, I mean, for me, and let me. You're funny as hell. He's talking about a movie.
Um,
So okay, sometimes I think it's a lot. A lot of it has to do with my brain.
uh,
Ghostbusters 2 was
uh,
the first one that I actually seen,
okay,
and when I went back, I was only 7 when I seen Ghostbusters 2.
right.
And when I went back and seen part one,
Mm,
for me, I guess part two was just more entertaining, and
mm,
I maybe got the jokes, but
mm,
when I watch part one and I watch part two, I still have that same feeling of liking it just a tad bit more.
right,
I'm not saying that it's a bad movie by any means.
right.
I love both of them.
Yeah.
Uh, and as we'll soon find out, another one as well. But
Mhm.
even the one that came out, what was the one that came out
Yeah.
before
With
the
the
Frozen?
female, the all female one.
Yeah, no. The one that came out right
That
before
that
the
was
Frozen
was it
Empire.
Afterlife they call that? I think it was
Yes.
Afterlife.
Okay, there you
Yeah,
go. Afterlife.
that was
Okay.
good. I like that one.
I wasn't a big fan.
Okay,
It's good.
right.
I didn't like the whole resurrecting. I thought the CGI was kind of like, again,
Mhm.
it, it's hard to give a pass on
Right,
CGI nowadays.
right.
I can forgive it when it was back, special effects in the 70s and 80s and early 90s, and then like your full blown like Ninja Assassin.
Mhm,
There are some discrepancies on that movie with the CGI. It's
mhm.
2009 that it was
Right,
made.
right,
So as you progress, CGI gets better.
right.
But when it's just downright bad, like
Mhm.
The Flash, even though
Um,
he's claiming that that's the way he wanted the CGI to look,
mhm.
no, it's just the shit that you were using, the budget you blew. So to me, that takes a lot more of a back seat when it
Yeah,
comes to a big blockbuster film. I can't forgive horrible CGI.
right.
Even Marvel has had their run-ins with horrible CGI.
Yeah,
So step your game up.
yeah.
You know what I
The
mean?
only issue I had with Afterlife was that it didn't take place in New York City. It was like in
Yeah, in the country.
another town, and then like the end of the film. I don't want to spoil it for people that hasn't seen it, but there's a part in the end of the film where we get the ghost of Egon. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
kidding me?
Again, though, it's like what we were saying about Star Wars. Is like
Mm,
they passed away. Just
yeah,
let them. The way that they originally sent off Princess Leia
right,
when they sent her off,
mm,
if that's how she would, I was 100% satisfied.
right.
I felt like they really paid tribute to her. They really did her justice, and
Right.
then to bring her back into the storyline,
That was dumb.
that was really dumb. Even
Yeah.
my buddy Todd was pissed off
And
about
they killed off Han Solo. How do you kill off Han Solo?
it. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Look, and they killed off Luke and Chewbacca at one point. We thought he had died. It was like a scene where like the ship he was on had blew up or whatever. But it
yeah,
turned out like that was like a vision or something like that. But
yeah,
they were killing off all the OG characters.
yeah. Because they were trying to make room for new characters and realizing the shit ain't
Right,
working.
right.
And again, the way they sent her off in that, I think it was episode 8 when she
Mm,
passed. When they sent her off into the space and everybody was standing there with that was just so perfect. And
yeah,
then they ruined it when they brought her back. They
they
should have
ruined it,
never brought her back,
yeah,
especially using CGI
yeah,
like
that was
enhancement. I can see what they did in Fast and Furious. Plus, he had a twin brother,
right,
so it was a lot easier to do the CGI.
right.
And it was what because they stopped the production. It was Paul Walker's
That's
family
right, right,
that
right.
wanted it to continue, and they really haven't brought him back since.
And they
You know
don't
what I
need him
mean?
back. They don't need him back.
He's always in a memory,
Yeah,
but he's not like they're not using his brother to do a
right.
full-fledged, full-blown, full-length
Now,
film.
Now, what happens if they possibly do a Dom spinoff? Are they gonna have a Paul Walker, twin
No,
brother in those? Oh,
no. The only reason I could see if they did a Dom spinoff, like, are you
mm.
talking about when he was younger? Like what
No,
they tried to
right. Well,
do?
going into when he first met Brian, like, are they
Oh,
gonna have like that
yeah,
scene when he first met Brian?
they're gonna have to. I mean, if they, again, I don't think I'd be. I would know it's not Paul Walker, but I
Right,
don't think I'd be mad as long as they use his twin brother. At least you get some kind of remnants of who Paul Walker used to be.
right.
But again, I'm not the biggest fan of Fast and Furious,
Mm.
so the franchise, even though I own all of them, and that's
Did-
because the box set was given to me.
mm,
Otherwise, I would only own the ones that I like, which is the first 5.
mm.
No discrepancies. I love the first 5. No, first 6. My bad. And then after that, I just they lost me. You know what I mean?
They lost me a long time ago. I don't even remember half of those sequels.
I only remember the first 5 because
Mm,
I watched those consistently.
right.
Part 6 is when they just started getting too ridiculous for me, and then
Yeah.
I'll still watch them,
Mm,
but I watch them if it's more of that I'm doing something, but I want background noise,
right.
so I'll put it on.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And I can't fully watch it, but the first 5 I really had no. It's once Dom crashed his car and jumped all over the
To the
bridge.
building.
Yeah, no. He grabbed Michelle Rodriguez's character out
Oh,
of midair and then
Letty.
he smashed himself on the other car to save her.
Uh, uh, I don't
That
even remember that one.
Yeah, it's in part 6 where they're going up
Wow.
against the tank.
Right.
There's an
That's
actual
crazy.
live tank. Yes, on the highway. Yes, on the
Right.
highway. Todd remembers that because even
Hey,
we were the same way. We were just like, what in the
Yeah.
what?
Letty was his boo. He gonna do anything to save her.
I understand that, but I don't know about you, but
Mhm.
crashing into a wall and then jumping off the car, you know, and there's a huge gap in the bridge, and
Right.
you grab her and in midair somehow spin yourself with her, and then you land on the hood of a car with a windshield.
Right.
Again, some people will defend Fast and Furious to the dying day, and there
Right.
are still people from the like Jesse never made it past the first one, but
Mm,
still with all the recognition of being part of Fast and Furious.
right.
It has made characters and it has, killed characters.
Yeah.
But I just can't get down with the last couple of movies, and a lot of people love them, and
Yeah.
I don't blame them. I'm not going to knock them for it, but again,
Mm,
if I want background noise or I don't want to pay attention and I'm busy editing, I'll
right.
put on Fast and Furious, and then
Right.
I'll let that ride. Otherwise, I can't do it.
Right.
You know what
All
I mean?
right.
I can't sit there and watch the whole damn thing.
Right. I feel
Yeah.
you there. What's your number one?
Oh, y'all are gonna hate me, and it
Oh,
is Ghostbusters, the
oh my
female
God.
version.
Oh, okay.
I love that movie. I don't
Mm,
care. I'll stand. I'll stand on that. I'll stand on all 10 toes down.
right.
It's fun. It's
It is.
funny,
It is.
amusing. My buddy Todd knows, and
Mm,
now you know. Try. I have a
yeah.
wicked soft spot for Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
Anything that she is in,
She's funny.
anything, and for me, I didn't really even feel like that until Bridesmaids.
Yeah, she was
Um,
hilarious in that.
yeah.
Definitely. That's
Now,
one of her books.
Bridesmaids, hot
Mm,
take. Everybody that knows this about me,
mm.
that is in my top 5 of all time comedies. Top
Oh
5
wow. Okay.
of all
We
time.
might have to do a list, a top
Man,
10
listen,
all time
it,
comedy list or something.
yes, but it's just for me a movie that I can watch all the time. I've
Yeah.
watched Ghostbusters so many times
Mm,
that I think I might have actually watched it more than I've ever watched the original in part 2. I
wow.
just love it.
Right.
There's just something about everybody's chemistry together. The horrible Chris Helmsworth.
Mm-hmm.
He's so
I
funny
forgot
in the
you.
movie. He goes to like pick up the phone and he grabs a stapler, or
Right.
the phone's ringing and he's like, "Is anybody going to get that?" She's like, "You're the secretary. What are you
Right.
talking
Right.
about?"
Right.
It's to me, it's just so fun that
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah.
I can't never. I'll never say I hate that movie.
Right. And you
You'll never
actually
see me
have Bill
otherwise.
Murray came back in that film, but he's not playing Peter Venkman. He's playing another character.
Yeah, yeah, he's playing the um somebody that reads minds, but
Yeah.
he does it for like pretend, like for
Yeah.
entertainment.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh Fish. Oh my god.
Mm,
Yeah, he put the phone in the fish tank. I love that.
right.
I mean, he did make the movie, but again, Melissa, for
Yeah.
me, she made the movie. I
Yes.
love her. You know,
I liked the scenes with Leslie Jones. I thought Leslie Jones was hilarious in that film too.
yeah, yeah, she killed it. I
Yeah.
mean, and then the subway one where she's like,
Yes.
"Hey," like
Right. Right.
to me, I love that shit.
Yeah.
To me, it's
That was good.
fun.
That was a good
Fun
one.
movie, and people definitely need to give it another shot. I
Yeah.
know the hardest part is basically watching a remake, because that's basically what they
A
tried
remake.
to accomplish, but with
Right.
females.
Right.
And sometimes it's just too hard for people to get past all that. Like I said, my buddy
Mm,
hated the newer Mortal Kombat. I love that shit.
yeah.
Do
That
I
was
care
good.
for do I care for the main character? Not really. I wish there would
Mm,
have been somebody else more of a focus,
mm,
but I still loved it. I enjoyed it,
yeah.
especially the Sub-Zero and Scorpion opening
Yes.
scenes.
That was good.
What?
Yep.
What? That
Oh
shit
yeah.
was fire.
Definitely.
So yeah.
I
All
think
right.
for the Ghostbusters, I think if they do like a sequel, they can find a way to incorporate the female cast into, and bring them with the OG members.
Because it did so bad as far
Mm,
as buying streaming numbers, all of
mm.
that, I don't think
You don't think
they
so?
would. I was kind of hoping that at least there was going to be a cameo,
Right.
because on Afterlife, they were in pretty much present day,
Right.
which you could have made the girls Ghostbusters in
Uh-huh.
present day as well,
Right.
and found a way to incorporate them. But again, it did so bad
Yeah.
that they don't even want to resurrect it.
Right.
That will probably never get like a crazy steelbook like
Mm,
edition or anything like that because it flopped so bad. Even in
yeah.
every box set, you'll never see that included.
Right.
It's always one, part one, part two, Afterlife, and Frozen Empire. You're
Yeah.
never going to see the girls one put into there, and it should be. You
Yeah.
know,
So, yeah.
I think it should be,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, I guess that's just me. I Number one,
What's your number one?
that was my number one.
Well, my number one was Ghostbusters 2.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
So
my number one.
yeah, and so I was just excited because I can't wait for people to watch this after
Yeah.
and be like, "This dude really just said go." I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the
I
comments.
thought you was gonna say. I thought you was gonna say Ghostbusters. I'm like, you think Ghostbusters is bad, but it's good, but you love it.
Yeah, no. I just
Mm,
know for a fact that
mm,
female version of Ghostbusters, everybody that I talk to hates
yeah.
it. I'm just
Yes.
like, y'all are crazy.
Yes.
But then again, those are the same people that are like, "Oh, I didn't like Bridesmaids." All right, well, you're missing out on a
That's crazy. That was.
fantastic comedy.
That, yeah, that was a great comedy.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even liked Melissa McCarthy with The Rock. What was it, Spy Hard or Hard Spy or?
Yes, I remember seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
even like that one. But again,
Yeah.
I got a
The
soft
one
spot
she
for.
did, with Sandra Bullock, the Heat, I think it was called.
Oh, The Heat. Oh, that was
Yeah,
hilarious.
that was
Bill
crazy.
Burr.
I love that one. Yeah.
I love Bill Burr in that one, playing
Yeah.
that average. The Boston Family, they literally had that on lock
Right.
because that's how we are back home. That's
Right.
how they are in Boston. And it was such a great interpretation of
Mhm.
who Boston is.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
No doubt.
Uh, Shut up, man. See, then he comes with this. The girls got killed. I say it's Ghostbusters.
Mm. The
No,
Michael Bay one.
again, I can't.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie was bad.
I
Which one was
can't
that? Which
agree.
one? So
The
they did
Michael
like
Bay.
more than one
The
remake.
Michael
Which one
Bay.
was that?
Both of them.
Is that the one where the turtles they looked like they didn't look like turtles in that film? Because
They look
I
like
remember
turtles.
seeing that there was one that I saw. It was like it was a remake, and then there was another one that they had Tyler Perry play Baxter Stockman.
Yep, that's part two. Out of
I
the
like that
shadow.
one. I like that one though. I like that one. I don't
I
know how much
like.
money that made, but I like that one.
Listen, I liked both of them.
Mhm.
Michael Bay. I mean, when Michael Bay produced the remake of Jason, again, remakes are
Mhm.
not trying to capture nostalgia is probably one of the hardest things to do with remakes because that's basically what people want to see.
Yeah.
Same with Child's Play.
Mhm.
For me that'd be an honorable mention because I like that Child's Play, the newer version.
Right.
Did I find it funny that a high schooler had a
Yeah.
doll, even if the doll was AI?
Mhm.
Okay, but that one is more realistic to me than a spirit going
Right.
into a
You
stuffed
told me that
doll.
you talked about this. I just feel like, see, if you're like a little kid and you're watching like the OG one, to me it would be scary as a kid. Now it's like maybe you're not scared by it because compared to I mean I think it all depends on the watcher and if they're into horror films or not. But
Yeah,
like like there might be like old horror films from like the 50s or 60s that I watch now. I'm like, this was scary to people back then. Like when I watch The Exorcist, every time I watch The Exorcist, I get goosebumps watching The Exorcist because it was that good of a film. You know what I'm
yes,
saying? But when I watch Child's Play now, I don't get scared by Chucky.
yeah. And I had a My Buddy dog growing up. I loved him,
Right,
Nick
right.
Jr. I loved him. He went everywhere
Every
with.
time you say that, I think of the Nickelodeon channel, Nick
Yeah, I
Jr.
know. Well, that was all through high school. That's all I used to hear. Nick, 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 Nick.
Mhm.
I'm like, shut up. It gets old. But yes, but there was no Nick Jr. back then when I had a My
Right,
Buddy dog. We're
right, right.
talking, we're talking 84, 85,
Mhm.
86.
Yeah, I remember. I
I was
remember
with
the day.
I was with that I was with that damn doll until I think I was like
Did,
8 or 9.
did you bury it somewhere, or where
Nope,
was it?
nope, just got lost.
You got lost.
I don't
Well,
know.
that was for the best.
We moved so many times.
Mm,
At one point in my life when I was a kid, that
right.
we
See
lost a whole bunch of
that
shit.
that happened for a reason, because you would have been just like that boy in high school carrying around your turkey door. So it was
I don't
it
know
was
about
a
all that,
it
but
was a blessing
maybe,
that you lost it. See,
well,
God
maybe
do
you never
things
know.
in mysterious ways. That it
Oh
was
my
meant to
God!
happen
Well,
that
it
way.
was meant to
So
happen for me to lose Nick Jr.,
yes,
my buddy
well,
dog.
he be all right. You know,
Nah, I just don't. I thought the new Chucky was just, it was good, man.
yeah,
It's more believable for me. Yes, again,
mhm,
us being grown watching the movie,
right,
it's funny to us. It's
yeah,
comical,
yeah,
but I don't. Aside from myself, and I think my buddy Joe was the same way, but
mhm,
Chucky never scared me. Jason never scared me. Freddy never scared me. It was just Michael Myers.
right,
And I can't tell you why. I
yeah,
think it was just the whole thumb and the
right. The mask,
ambulance, and yeah, and
mhm,
I think that's what did it for me.
right.
So once I seen that, it was just.
Jason and
Yes, Jason.
Staples. Oh
Is
God,
I
that was just bad. I couldn't even watch that after the first time. That was just bad. That should have never
this
been made.
Luna? This one's my favorite.
That's the one I said they need to remake that one
Yes,
and
that was the
put him in New
one.
York City now in 2026.
Yes, because it'd be hilarious. It
Yeah,
absolutely would be.
yeah,
But I also feel that I'm just not a big, fan. I don't super hate it, but to me, it's just, you know,
right.
it's an all right. It's a
So,
slasher.
so how do you feel about the whole Friday the 13th franchise as a whole? Is it classic to you, or you just have like your favorites?
No, I just have my favorites.
Right. Okay.
To me personally, I don't think it's a classic at all. I don't think it's
Really?
the very first one.
Uh-huh.
I loved the plot line. I
Uh-huh.
loved the thought that I did not know that it was his mom until the
Yeah.
very end. I like movies like that.
Right.
I like to be surprised,
Uh-huh.
especially in a horror film, when you think you just got it and then it just totally flips the book.
Right. Right. Right.
It was the same with Sleepaway Camp. If you know the
Uh-huh.
ending, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
tell me you knew up until that literal point, you didn't know.
I didn't know. No.
Nobody knew. And then when you found out, you're like, oh
Yeah.
shit. That to
That's
me,
cool.
that's a classic horror film. That's like a
Right.
twist on everything.
Right.
Jason, I just always found boring.
Right.
It just they're good slashers, but it's just boring to me. If I had a choice, do I
Mm.
want to watch the worst Halloween ever made, or do I want to watch? I'd rather watch Halloween Ends than any
Mm.
Jason.
Halloween
Any
Ends. That
Jason.
and that one I didn't like. I didn't like how they did that whole story in Halloween Ends.
Yeah, I wasn't. I wasn't a big fan of it, but I see
Right.
where they were trying to go. They just ruined it. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
I seen what they were trying to do, and then I think they just really panicked and changed the
Right.
entire end. I
Yeah.
really do, because the way where they were taking it, it was good,
Right.
and then the end happened, but I didn't think it was as bad as everybody was claiming it to be.
Right.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
it was fun.
Yes.
Again, I am sorry for being
It's all
late.
good.
Next time, I think what I'm just gonna do, if I have another difficulty like this, I'll just send you the link and I'll let
Okay.
you start the show, and
Okay.
then try to figure things out. Because me for one, I'm very punctual with time.
Right. Right.
So if I say 9 o'clock, it's 9 o'clock.
Right.
So we apologize. Well, I apologize
Yeah.
for
I was
once.
ready. I was ready.
He was ready. I was not, because my wife, I thank her for it, but
Yeah.
now I can even see like all the changes that this update has done, and I really love it.
Right.
But yeah, I kind of got caught. What am I doing? Because I'm not. My wife's a computer. She does coding and all that and shit. I don't know how to do any of that. I could barely open up a web page. Give me a phone, I'm all day, all day. Give me a TV, I can tell you the nits and the breakdown and everything. Blu-ray players, same thing. I can open it up and fix it and put it back together.
Right.
But computers, I just can't do it.
Right.
I don't want to know.
So good.
I don't want to know. My wife's enough.
Yeah. Shout out to your wife for saving the day.
Yes, because I don't know. I would have had to do it from my phone, and my phone was already dying, and it's so wonky.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about StreamYard when you do it on the phone, but it's wonky as hell.
Right. StreamYard even gave us problems over the years, so we know how that is.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things. But
yeah,
really do appreciate y'all hanging out with us, Luna. As soon as it won't let me do it on StreamYard, but you will be the new moderator as well. Do me a favor, Luna. Jump over on the other podcast channel and subscribe to that one and comment so I can make you a moderator on that one too. So that me and Triborough both run that YouTube. So when I'm not there, he can see it and he can, So we appreciate you, man. Always showing out. Todd, appreciate you swinging by. Much love to all of y'all. Anything you want to say, Tribe, before we head out?
Look out for the new Raw Takes Unfiltered Instagram page. It's coming up this weekend.
Yes.
And I'm going to follow everybody. And make sure y'all follow us back. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And
yes, sir.
Stay tuned for more great content every Friday night.
Yes, and go over to our channel and subscribe to the podcast channel. I love that y'all showing my channel support and you show Tribe World support.
Yes.
So we need
go to the channel now. Y'all gotta go to the channel and subscribe.
Yes, we need to build up the clientele over there. So we do appreciate y'all. And as for me, I just released a video today. Adult films that sold kids merchandise.
I saw that. That was a great video. I loved it.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. A lot of work into that one, a lot of digging.
You definitely did, because when you mentioned the Rambo, I forgot about the Rambo animated cartoon.
Yes, Rambo animated, and I turned my wife did not know that the Toxic Crusaders were from Toxic Avengers. Yes. She did not know that, and she loves. As a matter of fact,
you got the OG. Oh, look at that, classic.
So, you know what I'm saying, and when she was listening to me edit the film, and when I was finally done, she's like, Toxic Crusaders is off of Toxic Avengers, and I'm like, that's where the whole thing came from.
Yeah.
So but I appreciate it, man. There was one. I actually got it wrong. I don't know what website it was, but I actually edited it out the film from the video. But I was talking about Total Recall.
Oh, they had a toy line?
I could have swore they had a toy line.
I never knew that.
But they didn't.
Okay. I don't remember that one.
I thought they did, and what I was thinking of was what is it? NECA. They came out with their own toy line in like the mid 2000s, and now they're hard to find now. Like they go for some pretty good money on eBay. But I thought that in the 90s when that movie came out, it had action figures. And what I did was I confused it for me playing with the Terminator figures, thinking it was Total Recall.
Total Recall, right.
And it was actually my wife that caught it. She goes, "Are you sure?" Because her and her cousin, her cousin Ray, they grew up like together. They were inseparable.
Right. Okay.
And he used to always play with those action figures, and she would play with the action figures with him. And she was like, "Are you sure?" Total, and I'm like, "Babe, I know. Like, I did the research. Like, and then I started looking at it, and I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't know that they didn't have a toy line.
Yeah, I don't remember it. Yeah, because I pretty much had all the toy lines back then. I'm like, I don't remember no Total Recall.
And then the one that I forgot to do that I'm kicking myself in the ass for now is Alien.
Aliens,
How the fuck did I forget Alien?
Yeah. Hey, you do a part 2. There's many other movies that have toy lines. So.
But it's so crazy how adult films were so aimed at children.
Yeah.
It's absolutely, and it's still done today.
Yeah, that's the target audience, because if the kid want to see the film, the parents are going to take them.
Or if, again, and I probably brought back some memories when I said when a kid throws a fit in Walmart or
Right.
Kmart or any of that,
Uh,
man, the parents were
oh
embarrassed,
yeah.
and they're gonna buy that toy.
Yeah.
So, for me, when I wrote that little part of the script, I even had my wife giggling. She's like, "I can't believe you said that." I was like, "Yo, it's gonna tap so many people
Right.
remembering Caldor and
Yes.
Kmart. Like they're not
Yeah.
around anymore."
You're not
You
around.
know?
Yeah.
So, but I had a lot of fun making that one because it's
Yeah.
two things that I love. I love my
Hmm.
action figures. I still have a few, and I
Right.
love movies. So
Oh yeah.
it was great for me.
That's
But anyways,
a great
and that
community. Shout out to
the
the toy
last
community and the movie community.
yes, we are
Yeah.
trying to get all communities, music,
Yes. Yes.
podcasts.
Everybody.
We have
Everybody.
more guests lined up.
Yeah.
Again, we're about the culture.
Yes.
Much love to y'all. We are going to head out. Subscribe to the
Yes.
Raw Takes Unfiltered podcast channel.
Yes.
All right, man. We are out of here.
Salute to
Peace.
you all.